Salvete omnes. It's good to be together again. We're going to jump right in to our lesson for today. So today we are continuing studying noun declensions. Now, nouns in Latin have 4 characteristics. Okay, we want to just briefly talk about those 4 characteristics of nouns as a review. Okay, nouns have 1, declension. Okay, remember that means families. Okay, so nouns are put in families called declensions, and there are 5 declensions. Okay, now we know what declension a noun belongs to by its genitive singular. Okay, and we'll talk some more about that today. But remember, terra, terrae. Okay, the second thing is the genitive singular. That tells us what declension a noun belongs to. Okay, so nouns have declension, they have gender, they have number, and they have case. Okay, so gender, you have 3 choices for gender: masculine, feminine, and neuter. Number, a noun is either singular, 1 desk, plural, desks. Okay, so number is singular or plural. And then they have case. And remember, we're learning right now 5 cases, okay? And the case is simply the job the noun performs in the sentence, okay? So depending on what case ending it has, will help you to determine what job that noun is doing in this sentence. So remember, I told you there's really 7 cases, but we're only going to work on 5 cases for this year. Okay, so 5 cases, and of course they're nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. Okay, so those are called noun characteristics. Okay, so I'm going to erase that. Then we're going to just talk about, okay, a little bit. Let's review the lesson or one of the exercises that we did after your last assignment, and that would be exercise number 6. Okay, so we'll just look at a few of the ones from exercise number 6 so you can self-correct, see if you got it right. Okay, so we'll do number 1. Naute, teram, laudant. Okay, so I'm going to switch colors just so I can keep my mind straight. Okay, I'm always going to go to that verb first. Look at that. I have a verb that has a plural ending. Remember, NT is your plural ending. So I'm looking for a subject that is plural. Okay, so I see, oh, this one has an AE ending. Well, we know from our first declension endings that can be singular or plural, right? And then I have okay, so that is definitely a singular. And we know, okay, right away you know, oh, that is my accusative case. I know that's my direct object. Okay, so this one I have to decide if it's a subject or not. And even though we say Latin word order is very variable, if your first word can be in the nominative case and it matches the number of the verb, I wouldn't make that the subject unless doing so doesn't make the sentence make sense. Okay, so I'm going to decide that's my subject. And now when I translate, remember, I'm going to go subject, verb, direct object. Okay, so I'll start with the subject, sailors. Then I'm going to go to my verb, praise the land. Okay, so that's the answer and the process that you should have done to get the correct answer for number 1. Okay, let's do one more from number 6 to see how that went for you. Let me look at one. Number 6, why don't we do this one? Okay, oops, I'll go back to black. Provinciam non laudant. Okay, let me make sure I have my verb, the right ending. Yes, I do. Okay, so again, I'm going to go to the verb first, okay? I always underline it. That's just how I do it. You make this your own, okay? Ah, look, I am looking for a plural subject because that verb ends in NT, okay? Oh, this is an adverb, so that's always going to look like that. That's not going to be our subject. I have an AM here. Now I remember, Ooh, that is not going to be my subject. AM is not a subject ending. It's a direct object ending. Oh, where's my subject? There's no other word to be my subject, so what am I going to do? I am going to find the subject in my verb. Okay, so NT means they. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to say, they, now I have a noun, so I have to do it a little bit. They do not, okay, they do not praise. And remember, what do they not praise? That gives you your direct object. They do not praise the province. Okay, so that's how we go about kind of decoding, translating. All right, now let's just briefly review our genitive case. Remember, genitive is possessive. So then you did exercise 8, okay? So let's just look at this one. It was number 1, Gloria Provinciae, okay? Ooh, I have an A there, just no macron, and an AE, okay? So remember, AE, if you think A could be genitive singular, dative singular, nominative plural. You kind of work different things out, but right now we're working on the genitive, so we're going to assume that's genitive. So remember, we're going to have the glory, and our special word for the genitive cases of the glory of the province. Okay, so hopefully check out those answers for exercise 8 and see how you did on that. And now today we are going on to the second declension. Okay, so our model noun for the second declension is servus, servi. Okay, now remember, we know the declension a noun belongs to by its genitive singular. All nouns whose genitive singular ends in the letter I, and we pronounce it E in Latin, okay, if it's a long I, servus, servi, okay, they are of the second declension. All right, so this is our masculine model, because you're going to find out that second declension has masculine and neuter, but this is our masculine model. So we can, if we're trying to think about gender, we do 2DM, okay, second declension masculine, and this is our model. So let's decline servus, servi. So remember how we do that? We write down our cases: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative. Make sure you can see those. You can. We're going to have singular and plural. Okay? Let me see if I can get a good chart going here. Okay. So we always take the first one and we write it in the nominative singular, servus. Okay? There you go. Then we find our stem by dropping off the genitive singular ending. So I'm going to drop off the I, which is our genitive singular ending, to give me the stem for this noun, serve. It looks like serve. Okay, serve. Okay. Serve, 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 and serve. Okay, so now we can add our endings, okay? And remember, your grammar book has all your endings. Okay, so the second declension model is found in your grammar book on page number 6, okay? Page number 6, number 34. Okay, so it's us E, O, O. E, orum, is, os, is. Okay, second declension masculine is known as the O declension. You see orum, os. Okay, the O declension. So let's just remind ourselves how we translate. Okay, so nominative doesn't have any special words, so you have a slave or the slave. Okay, genitive, your special word is going to be of the slave. Dative is to or for the slave. Accusative case has no special words, the slave or a slave. Ablative, we're going to use in, by, with, from the slave. And we do the same thing with the plurals, the slaves, of the slaves, to, for the slaves, in, by, with, from the slaves. Okay, so remember that's how we decline. Now you probably, one of your exercises is going to ask you to decline all the words in the vocab like servus, okay? In fact, that is exercise number 10. We'll ask you to do that, okay? And then exercise 11 is going to be tell what forms these are, okay? So if you turn in your textbook to exercise 11, why don't we look at number 3, okay? So number 3 is filiis. Can you see that? No, you can't. Let me put that. Let me see where I can put it so you can see it. Oh, nowhere. Maybe over here? Nope. Absolutely nowhere. You just look at your book. Okay, filiis. So if we look at that word, okay, and we look at our declension, our second declension masculine, where do we see the is? We see it in 2 places, and we write both those down when it says tell what forms. So we have dative, plural, and then we translate to, for the sons, okay? And then we have ablative, plural, in, by, with, from the sons. Okay, so remember, I just trying to remind you how when they say tell what forms it is, that's what they're asking for. Okay, so you're going to decline all your words just like servus. Then you're going to work on that exercise 11, tell what forms these are. Exercise 12 goes over genitive again, okay? And then exercise 13, we get to do some more translating, okay? So, I am going to, I think I'm going to just take one because now they've added the genitive case. And so I'd like to do one with you that adds another step into sentence translation. And as we learn more and more things, of course, it's going to add, you know, more words into our sentence. So I think I'll just do number 12. That's the last one, okay? So we're doing right now exercise 13, and then we're doing number 12, okay? So, Christiani, okay, Christiani filium Mariae, and I bet there's a laudant. We haven't learned very many verbs yet, so we don't have a whole lot of choices on our verbs. Okay, so here we go. Remember what we do. Okay, first we go to the verb, and then I look, ooh, this one ends in NT. So am I looking for a singular subject or a plural subject? That's right, plural. Okay, so I'm looking at these endings. Okay, so if we look at these, okay, we can see, oh, this could be, if you're looking at your grammar book, could be a plural ending, nominative plural, okay? AE could be a plural ending, which, is definitely not a plural ending, okay? So we know right away, again, this is going to be our direct object. But which of these should be our subject? Okay, and this is where you have to make some, come to some conclusions on your own. Try some things out. Usually the first word in the sentence, if it can be the subject, you should make the subject. So I'm going to do that. Okay? And then Marie, okay, that of course, that could be genitive. So why don't I try it out as a genitive? Okay? And genitives are going to modify the words near them. Okay? So it's going to modify a word near it. It's probably not going to jump around your genitives. So again, we're going to use subject, verb, direct, object. Okay, so let's go. Ready? I'm not going to write it out. Just listen. So start with the subject, the Christians. And I'm going to jump to the verb, praise. Who do they praise? What's my direct object? They praise the Son of Mary. Christians praise the Son of Mary. So that's how we're going to add the genitive in. Now, as you get going on your exercises, 10, 11, 12, 13, okay, remember to look at the endings, because Latin's all about the stems and the endings to help you figure out how to translate. All right, vale te discipuli.